Hi, have you checked your site lately? We recently had a huge hit in malware attacks all across WordPress. And I want to share today 4 tips with you on what you should look at on your website to protect yourself more. So our web designers came to us a couple of weeks ago and let us know of a huge malware attack, an outbreak on WordPress sites that was pretty widespread. So we stepped into action and contacted our clients that we're doing website support for, and clients that we aren't necessarily doing website support for, and we still knew they had websites, and reached out to them to let them know what was going on. We ended up scanning over 10 websites, and most of those had some small malware. One had a lot of malware attacks, and I really want to help protect you and give you tips on how you can protect yourself, because let's face it, your website is your real estate space online. So here are my 4 tips that I'm going to share with you today. Number 1, never ever have your login, your username as admin on your WordPress site. It's so easy, and hackers have a field day with something so simple as admin. It really needs to be a little bit more complicated, your username and your password, to make it a little harder for those hackers to get into your site and get logged in. Number 2, having basic security on your site is the first leg of the security that you should have in place. Having extra security is the second part of this tip. So the first one is just having your basic security plugins on the site and kind of the front end and watching your site to make sure that no one can get in. Number 2, the second part of that tip is to put extra. Now that there's been a lot of malware attacks and it's just the hackers are getting more and more creative at how to get into your site and wreak havoc, you want to put extra security levels and higher plugins, security plugins, stronger security plugins on your website. So the more barriers you can create, the more security levels that you can put on your website, the harder it is for those hackers to get into your site, and the more creative that they have to be. Tip number 3, make sure that your site is up to date. It's something so simple, and we offer it to our many of our clients. We just simply go in once a month, do updates, theme updates, plugin updates, make sure the backup is working okay. And it doesn't take much time, but boy, does it make a big difference when the hackers are looking to get into your site. They really are looking for websites that have not been updated. The theme hasn't been updated. The plugins are outdated. That's just the green light for them to try to get into your site, and it makes it much easier for them. Tip number 4, make sure that you have a backup system in place. A backup system is, it saves you in so many levels. If something were to happen and your site were to go down, it was hacked and destroyed, anything could happen, and you really just need a backup of your website. Now, there are lots of different levels of backups that you can put on your site, but I suggest, at least to start out, just put a backup plugin on your site and make sure that your WordPress site is getting backed up regularly so that you have something to fall back on in case something were to happen. And remember, before you go in and do any kind of updates, even if they're just simple plugin updates, make sure that you do a backup first. You really just never know what those updates are going to do. So make sure that you have a most recent update before you start making any major changes or doing those updates. We spend a lot of money on our websites, and we put a lot of sweat equity into those websites. So please be sure that you have everything in place to protect yourself and keep your website up to date and online so that you have more exposure to your audience. If you'd like to find out how we can help you do some basic updates and keep your website going strong, you can reach us at coachingsuccesssystems.com/contact us, and we'd be glad to help and see if we're able to get some updates going and keep your site secure. My name is Angie Fisher, and I'm the founder of Coaching Success Systems. We are the ultimate provider of support systems for life, business, and success coaches. We help you have more freedom, extra time, and can focus on your business growth.